I walk through the shadow of death left to fear. This is a journey through the halls of hell.
Yes people, what is good? I am BA and today I want to talk about the Shawshank Redemption. I feel like I should mention this movie because I did the Green Mile not so long ago and it's also one of my favourite movies of all time. Easily top 10. The Shawshank Redemption is incredible from beginning to end and also just another demonstration of Stephen King's ability to write stories outside of the horror genre. If you're not aware, this story was a short story written by Stephen King, expanded into a feature-length movie, and at the time I remember this not getting that much attention, or at least the attention that it deserved. When I rented this when I was a child, it wasn't through hype or hearsay, it was just me not knowing what to watch that day, and I discovered an absolute masterpiece. So that goes to show how unpromoted this movie was given its quality at the time it was initially released, from my recollection of it. And the film is about a man called Andy Dufresne who is sent to jail for the murder of his wife and her lover. Whether or not he did it isn't really important, but it is left as a mystery, so in case you haven't seen it, I will leave that up in the air. And he's sent to Shawshank Penitentiary, a ruthless prison with a corrupt warden, corrupt guards, absolute horrible pieces of shit in amongst the nice inmates in this facility, and it's about this guy slowly trying to integrate himself into the community there. There's themes of institutionalization throughout it, and how you perceive freedom, I feel, is another large component to this movie, because you know that scene for example where they're tarring the roof and they all get beers. To them that's maybe as free as they've ever felt, but they're still inside a prison at the time. And it's actually hard to describe the inside of this movie without going to the end, and the end is the one part I don't want to talk about. But all I'll say is this is a beautifully filmed, beautifully acted movie, and every single interaction Andy has inside the prison with other inmates is important. From the friendship he strikes up with Morgan Freeman's character Red, to the old librarian character with his pet bird, and all the supporting cast, they all do a brilliant job. Even though you hate him when you're watching the film, the corrupt prison warden is an excellent character also. And as the movie progresses, you can tell that Andy just isn't cut out for jail. Unfortunately, he starts to get targeted by a gang who keep attempting to assault him in the showers, and he has all sorts of horrible encounters in there, in amongst the friendships he's struck up. But the one thing he has on his side is, outside of prison, he was an accountant. So the corrupt prison warden starts to see the merit in this and starts allowing him to do the tax returns for all the prison guards. This escalates to the point where he's privately doing the warden's taxes and making sure he can shave off money every year so the warden gets to keep a little bit. But now the problem is, the warden will never let Andy walk, because if Andy manages to ever get out of that jail, he would be able to talk about the corruption within it and how the warden's stealing all that money. So they do everything possible to make sure he will never get out of jail, and it's just a horrible feeling of this really nice guy you've grown to root for now being absolutely trapped in his predicament. And again, if you've seen it, you know where it goes from here, but if you haven't, I refuse to talk about the final act, just because it's one of the best final acts in cinema. It truly should be experienced completely without any spoilers, without any foreshadowing, and just in case there is one person listening to this review that has not yet seen The Shawshank Redemption, please just go and watch it. It's absolutely incredible. Every single part of it. The acting, the music, the cinematography, the editing, the story. It's just one of the best things that Hollywood has ever shown me in my life. And I don't know how I can give something any higher praise than that, so I feel like I should keep this short and sweet and just leave it there. Like, this is more an advertising campaign for the very few of you left out there who have yet to see this movie. Go and watch Shawshank Redemption if you love brilliantly acted, dramatic movies. And until next time, if you've liked this review, click like, subscribe, comment down below, come over to the Patreon, sign up and help support me personally. I've been BA. Peace.